This is ECOC TV reporting from Geneva. I'm Brian Dolby and I'm talking to Hartwig Tauber, who is the Director General of the FTTH Council Europe. Hartwig, you've just been in the main conference talking particularly about the Swiss market. Can you give us some insight into what the discussion was?
Yes, it was quite an interesting symposium in the main conference program, talking about the Swiss market and how fiber develops in Switzerland, because Switzerland really is driving forward on fiber. Our part as the FTTH Council was to talk a bit more about the international perspective, because it is something that many people forget. Europe has not one telecommunication market, but we have many differences. There are 29 different countries with different histories on telecommunication, with different implementations of broadband, and even with different timings when the market was opened and privatized. And so it was quite interesting first to see how Switzerland is approaching the fiber market, and then to give an input and to show that there are so many different approaches in Europe. Just to give an example, I talked about the Danish market, where the utilities started quite early to deploy fiber and then suddenly learned they are really good in deploying infrastructure, but doing marketing, it's another thing, because normally an electric power company does not really need to do marketing, you just connect the house. And so this approach in Denmark with this new brand called Wow, that really, it sounds really like the wow that you're really intrigued by something. This is a new brand where all the utilities work together and offer now under one brand the fiber to the home products, which is working quite well. And the interesting thing is that the same happens in Switzerland at the moment. So there are some initiatives to interconnect the different fiber networks. And there was other examples I gave, for example, talking about the strong competition on the last mile, which really drives the markets in Germany, for example, where the cable TV operators suddenly offer high bandwidth on DOCSIS 3.0 with up to 100 megabit, and now Deutsche Telekom needs to move on with their fiber rollouts, which is also a bit, and that was interesting in the conference, an argument that Swisscom was bringing up. They said one of their main drivers is they really fear of losing the market shares on fixed line due to competition, and that's the reason why they want to move on fiber. And just to give two other examples, I talked about the Eastern European countries, where in several countries the infrastructure has to be built anyhow, and if you build telecommunication infrastructure from scratch, it's fiber today. And as a last example, Portugal. I know normally you talk about Portugal today about other topics, but in the broadband market, there it was the government creating a very positive environment for fiber. So not so much taking taxpayers' money to drive it forward, but to create a positive environment for broadband, for fiber, and so motivating the operators to go into fiber rollouts, which is quite successful, because if you look at our market data today, Portugal is in our ranking of the top countries for fiber, and that's quite a good progress.
Okay, I guess really the experience that you have right across Europe is one of the strengths of your organisation, in the fact you can give real good advice but based on proven case studies to people looking to bring in FTTH.
Indeed, this is one of the main tasks that we do as the FTTH Council, to deliver the message about fiber, about the experiences of fiber to the home, about the advantages to the stakeholders. And we can do this in a neutral way, because we are representing 150 different companies today from the industry. Plus, and that's important, it's really industry and not operators. So we are completely neutral on business models, on competition approach. We really say that's how fiber can be implemented, and that's the best practices we can give. We even have a case study collection where we have collected a lot of fiber case studies, documented them and provide them to everyone who is interested to learn out of it.
And you're here in force at ECOC. You have a nice little booth here. You're in the market focus. I've seen your presence on the FTTX area that CTTC are running. Why is ECOC important to you here?
ECOC is traditionally a conference that is focusing on fiber optics, a bit more maybe on the technology in the conference side, but it's a perfect meeting point. So here in the exhibition, a lot of our members are here, a lot of people interested in fiber and in particular interested in fiber to the home visit this conference, and so it is really a perfect meeting point for us. And we had a lot of people already at the booth talking about experiences of fiber, talking about the market. So it's the best way for us to create this booth not as a sales booth, because we don't sell anything, but as a meeting point for everyone who is interested in the FTTH market.
Okay, Hartwig, well, thanks very much for speaking with us.
Okay, thank you.